CHP's new air policy, and they're going to be a lot more careful about launching their aircraft out of Fullerton Airport. And since there's already a helicopter overhead from LAPD, they may just be the ones that stay overhead on this one. We'll let you know if CHP brings their helicopters in, but I guess they kind of want to avoid this duplication and using twice as much fuel. You might see still in the future multiple aircraft where we're talking about like an armed and dangerous wanted suspect or something like that, but this did just begin as a stolen vehicle. Obviously it has escalated a lot since then with the hit and run, and nearly ran into another vehicle there. So okay, now all of a sudden cutting all the way over to the right, like maybe we're going to make a transition to the northbound 405. We'll see here, but we will be coming up to the interchange soon. But you see that CHP cruiser that's back there, LAPD overhead in the air. Well, this is the one that I did not want to see because the other option was to the westbound 22, which is going to turn into a surface street here on the east end of Long Beach. And so then we're going to be back into, if they continue here, they're going to be back into a situation where we're going to have cross traffic. And we saw just how insanely dangerous the driver was earlier in Whittier. So as they come right around, just screaming by these cars on the right-hand shoulder. You see LAPD coming back into the shot. So here we go. Going to be heading down by Belmont Shore and westbound 22 as we get around this sound wall right here. Just hang with us and try to catch back up on this one. Yeah. So now we're going over the San Gabriel River right there, and it's going to get dangerous if he continues this way. I believe it goes towards Belmont Shore. Really nice area with lots of restaurants, lots of people out there walking around. A lot of people very excited for the weekend. There you see CHP. Maybe that unit's going to be taking over. So, we really don't want to see this person going into an area with a lot of pedestrians, and unfortunately, that looks to be where we're headed right now. Oh boy! Oh, he's losing it again. Oh wow! He nearly fishtailed again. When you jerk the wheel like that with a vehicle like this is obviously not a sports car, and back onto the wrong side, just barreling through to avoid that traffic. Now over onto the right-hand shoulder. It's just, how many chances can you take? Wow, really just grinding up against the wall right there, somehow squeezing through next to that box truck, and look, that's a bike lane right there. You just plowed right through that bike lane. If there would have been cyclists, we're going up on the center divider again. Up again. Yeah. Boy, no, just muscling through. No. Oh, God. Oh, my God. All kinds of property damage. Just pushing these vehicles out of the way. How is CHP going to respond to this? This is one of the crazier pursuits we've seen in a long time. I don't know if this person is on drugs or what, but yeah, how much more can this car take? Oh, everyone's just got to get out of this guy's way. What is this lunatic thinking right now? This is, Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't even know if the authorities are going to, again, is it worth it now? They've got to wonder, I mean, is it, there's not any units behind this guy at the moment, so now we're kind of in that situation, I think, too, what I was talking about earlier. now that we're on surface streets, is CHP even going to be interested in this as we're on the wrong side of the road? I hear other helicopters talking. Oh, geez. Oh, right in the middle now. Everyone having to. This is so terrifying. Oh, hitting another. I think he must have hit 6 or 7 cars at this point. Just plowing right into that. Oh, that Toyota 4Runner. Oh, no. What? Oh, such great old vehicles. I really hope that person is okay. That might have just totaled. I mean, we may have totaled several vehicles. Untold property damage now at this point. Possibly some minor injuries. So here we go. They were getting into the Belmont Shore area. 2 more cars slamming. How much more? I wish that the tires would just give up. I don't know how this truck is continuing. Yeah. Oh, no! No! My God! More. This has got to be the end of it. This plow is stopping. At least he didn't go through that Sherwin-Williams paint store. Oh, my God. It is over. I probably hit a dozen vehicles and out and just acting like, whatever. Not even a big deal. Look at this. Almost looks like he's proud. Almost this just strutting along here. Almost with a sense of pride. So we're at 7th and Miramar. Just unreal. Absolutely unreal. We'll stick with the suspect for now. The air traffic is going to try to guide some people in. They have got to get this suspect in handcuffs. Some of the most audacious behavior I've ever seen is we're going to speed ahead here to get around this building. I just cannot believe what I have seen. One of the most insane pursuits of all time. And for a suspect to just, first of all, I can't even believe that they're okay. But then to just get out here and act like I'm just out walking around on a gorgeous Friday, like almost like just like a sense of pride. It just absolutely disgusting, Rachel and Juan. I don't at the moment. We're just kind of trying to get an ID on, and yeah. But look, I mean, the helicopter's there. They're definitely trying to guide some units in. I'm sure the tactical flight officer is trying to get any law enforcement in that they can. If there's even any, there may not be any more LAPD officers here. They may need to just. Here we go. This is going to be LAPD now. Now that they're going to get this guy and slam him onto the ground, slam him against that vehicle, get him down on the ground, suplexed him right there. Almost like a WWF move to get this suspect into custody after that just absolutely audacious pursuit, and they are swarming this guy. Oh, what? Oh, yeah. He might have. Yeah, I mean, he might have gotten elbowed or something in the nose. Yeah, I mean, the suspect resisting. We'll see if we can get this van out of the way and just move to the east slightly. But they've got tasers out there. They've got less lethal. This suspect could be totally out of their mind on some kind of substance right now. I just feel like for the kind of behavior that we saw, the kind of driving, and then to the attitude to get out like that and walk away. I mean, obviously out of their mind one way or another, if they're under the influence or what. And you see just how many officers it's taking to subdue this guy. I mean, you've got half a dozen officers out there. Uh-huh. Yep. Yep. They're definitely restraining him. I mean, they might have to put like a spit bag on him or something like that to you know, or I don't know, if you're dealing with someone who's just acting so savage, if you know, if it might maybe trying to bite the officers or something. I'd really love to know what happened. I think that one officer might have gotten an elbow to the nose or something, could have, you know, definitely stunned them. But they're checking him now for weapons, and yeah, you know, there are definitely substances out there, like you said, Rachel, that can give people superhuman strength, and we have, you know, seen it before, and it seems to kind of go hand in hand with the really kind of insane pursuits like we just saw right now. So they're emptying his pockets and seeing what all is in there. Looks like he has a lot of stuff in his pockets. It looks like they're restraining his legs right there. If they're using like a strap or something to tie his legs, and yeah, he's bloodied up a little bit, but half a dozen officers for all of this. So we just want to see the suspect kind of going to have to get picked up here to be put in the back of a cruiser, or it may even actually be put in the back of an ambulance at some point. We want to go and look at the ending of that scene, but I'm just replaying the ending in my head. I know, you know, at the very least that truck didn't plow into that paint store. You know, there was a wall right there, and it stopped the vehicle. We could have, this as horrific as this was, we could have had, you know, serious casualties if there were people inside of that paint store. So, you know, but an amazing amount of property damage. So many innocent people involved in this. Could have had some, you know, fairly serious injuries there as well. The very end of that, right in the critical moment at the end, but at least it's over, and wow. Yeah, absolutely here. We'll probably need to reposition. That scene might be right below us right now. I do kind of want to see if we have ambulance. Okay, here we go. Let's just zoom in here. So here is where it all came to an end, where we had these other cars. Yeah, I mean, boy, this was actually pretty serious right here. So we've got probably Long Beach Fire that has moved in here, and you can see just how the whole side of that vehicle. Yeah, really serious there. I'm not sure if someone is trapped inside, or we'll see if we can reposition the car. There might be someone pinned in that vehicle, and then this van that was involved as well. Pretty bad, but not as serious. But, you know, this is a transport. There's a kid right there. There's a couple of kids where this, you know, I mean, maybe this could have been some kids coming from after school or something, or a van pull or something like that. And then the truck that hit this planter, and, you know, if it would have been just a few inches to the left, it could have gone right up the stairs and right into that at, you know, 30, 40 miles an hour. If there were people out there picking out, you know, paint for a weekend project or something. Just absolutely shocking, beyond words, what we saw. So there's the end of that scene, and we can come back to it, but just want to come back and check out the suspect here and still see what the deal is here as they're restraining them. And, I mean, God, there were so many crash sites in this. You know, there was that, but there was another one there, with a late model 4Runner that got really, really messed up. There was so many crash scenes on this. I mean, probably a dozen or so vehicles. A lot of people going to have some, you know, horrible insurance claims to have to deal with, all because of, you know, one totally insane driver here. One of the craziest pursuits of all time, no doubt about it. Let's yeah. Here, can we push to the left here, Chris? Yeah. Or sorry, I just got to go ahead. Or maybe northeast a little. Yeah. 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 All over the place. Yep. Yep. Yeah. And that's it's hard to even say that, but it is true, and because this was so bad, but we were very close to an area with a ton of restaurants, a very pedestrian friendly area. As we're seeing this person being taken out, it looks like it may be an elderly person. Yeah, you really hate to see this. I mean, yeah, it's just gut wrenching, but hopefully they're going to be okay. But now at the very least, at the very least, their weekend is ruined, and you can see they are definitely in some pain right here as they're being put on this stretcher. And it just happened so fast. You're out here thinking about your weekend plans, and then it's like, what happened? You don't even have time to process what just happened with this, missile of a truck flying through like it did. But yeah, I knew when we made that turn onto the westbound 22, I was really concerned with getting back into a cross traffic situation, and you can definitely see why as we'll watch this person be transported here by Long Beach Fire to one of the nearby hospitals, maybe the one just a couple of miles to the west here off of Atlantic Boulevard, most likely. But just galling, just beyond words. There are just almost no adjectives to describe the complete lunacy that we saw from that suspect, all of the damage. And we just widen back out because, we had so many different crash scenes, and just want to see if we had any back in here. I know we had that 4Runner may have been a ways back. Just seeing if there was any others. And it's just, what can you say? Yeah. Yeah. Here, just maybe slide to the left a little. Just slide to the left a little. Yeah. Oh, they're way back there. Okay, that should be good, thank you. Well, I'm seeing if this is if they're taking the suspect away to the hospital, possibly. Let's see here as we. No, this is someone else. This is. I'm not sure who this is right here. This is on the same street though. Oh, you know what? I wonder if this is the officer. I wonder if this is the officer that we saw who might have gotten like elbowed in the face or something, and they took his. I believe that's who that is. Okay, so. Yeah, the officer who was one of the first to respond to that suspect when they were, when like it looked like fists were flying and stuff. I was just saying if they have the suspect now I think probably in the back of. Oh no, he's still up here. Okay, so he's actually being evaluated by Long Beach Fire now as well. So they're going to check him over, and yeah, so taking his Go ahead. Slide back right a little, please. Just slightly. That's good, thanks. Oh, my bad. Just come back more right, please. Well, I did. I know that, like, so there were some other crashes. One that I was concerned about was that really nice-looking older Toyota 4Runner that just got completely mangled, and that one we'd have to look on the replay, but looked like that could have been serious enough to injure someone, or at the very least give them whiplash. I was just seeing if that was back a little bit farther west on 7th Street, but I think it's a little bit farther west than I thought. So we'll see if we were able to find that later. We don't want to lose too much focus here from the just horribly explosive ending. And, I just continue to think how we look at the truck here and how it was just so serendipitous that there were planters right there that were sturdy enough to stop this truck, because that truck was plowed into those at 20, 30 miles an hour. And you could just imagine if you're like the clerk inside the Sherwin-Williams store and you see this car, this huge tank of a truck come right there within just feet of going through the front door right there. I am, and it just in the process of all the chaos of the moments of the crashes, that we did have people out here walking around, that no pedestrians were run over or involved in any of this is kind of fairly miraculous as well. So I mean, we definitely had some injuries and very unfortunate, and a ton of property damage, but it really is amazing that no one was killed in all this. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay, we need to get some license plates. Copy. 2 minutes, Fox, copy.